All right. From February 15th, 2024, here is part two of your season 2, episode 115 with Dylan McDermott and Evan Rachel Wood. Although she likes it to be pronounced Raquel because she had sexual relations with Tom Scandoval. Oh, I apologize. But will you subscribe to my channel because I'm begging nicely and I'm poor?
Dylan, of course, you play Remy Scott, and I'm assuming you're talking to your therapist.
Yes, correct.
Right.
Correct.
What is going on this season?
I think when you play someone like this, it's intricate. The psychological makeup of a character,
Mm-hmm.
and I think this type of work because you're dealing with the worst of the worst. You're chasing, the most vile people
Mm-hmm.
on the planet. I think it starts to create cracks in your psyche. So he needs to go into therapy and address his mental health, if you will,
Mm-hmm.
because it's getting to him. After a while, that kind of work is draining, like this, like you guys.
We are America's therapist.
Do your coworkers like you on the show, or was that just he was?
I don't know. I made that line up as
Oh, he did.
great line.
Now,
Because I feel that's kind of you never know.
You never know.
now, I know Colette, your daughter,
Yes.
was on last season.
Yes,
Yes.
How cool was that?
Is there a chance for her to come back?
I hope so. I mean,
no, because I arrested her, raped her, and then killed her. So maybe if we dye her hair and cut it short, get a fake tan on her, she'll look like Mark.
yes,
Was on last season.
yes.
And
cool.
we could bring her back as a non-binary character that is like talking about wokeness into my therapist or so. Maybe the daughter of my therapist who's confused about their sexual identity. That'd be fun.
Is there a chance for her to come back?
I hope so. I mean, one of the greatest days of my life is when my daughter guest starred on FBI Most Wanted, and I got to arrest her.
Yes. It's amazing.
I mean, look at that.
It's amazing.
You guys will always have that.
And look at Otis in the background.
There's
There you
a-
go.
You know
Oh, look at
what?
that.
This-
Look at that. That is a perfect Christmas picture. Merry Christmas from the McDermotts and Otis. No. It's like a fucking group, like Michael Jackson and the Jackson 5 or Frankie Valli in this 4 seasons. Merry Christmas from Otis and his bitch-ass white family. Otis and the bitch-ass white people. Please welcome the hottest barbershop quartet, Otis and his 3 balls, featuring his white bitch-ass family. Merry Christmas. Just stamp it.
Did you use this for your Christmas card photo? Please tell me you did.
How much did you laugh, Dylan? How much did you guys laugh?
But wait for a second. Look at it. We're both wearing the sheepskin.
Yeah.
True. You really are.
But this, and he was.
matches you.
Yes, that was the muse, really.
Yes.
So I said, I got to have a jacket just like him.
How great is it to shoot here in New York City?
Oh, the best. I mean, it just gives the show texture.
Please don't talk about how you grew up with like wise guys coming to the bar and giving you a little bit of attitude. And
I mean, it just gives the show texture.
'cause
The
you can't
people.
you can't be a fucking kid that was working at a bar when you were a teenager, serving slingers to mobsters, and now you're talking about croissants and like not eating something because someone's pubic hair is on it. You can't have it both ways, bitch.
I mean, it just gives the show texture. The people. There's nothing like it in
Do you
the
live?
I actually live in Los Angeles, but I work here.
Yes.
But I'm here 10 months out of the year, so yeah, I live
Got a
here.
place.
Too.
Yeah.
But I don't think people realize when I always get this.
So when you're filming here, do you fly back and forth? Do you rent out a place, or do you like own a home? Do you like own a condo here that you stay in, and then when the show's over, you'll still own the condo and just come here and visit in New York? Or
co-op.
But I'm here 10 months out of the year, so yeah, I live
Got a
here.
place.
Too.
Yeah.
But I don't think people realize when I always get this. I co-opt this anxiety when I watch FBI Most Wanted. because I know, as I'm watching the show, I know that you've been at work for 22 hours. Can you like explain the shooting schedule and what time you go to work and what time you wrap up at night?
I would have to say that this is the toughest job in show business. I've done it all. You know, I've done plays, movies, TV shows, but when you're the lead on a television show that does 22 episodes, typically I get up at 3:30 in the morning. The car picks me up at 5, and I'll work to 7:30 at night.
Yeah.
And I have a half hour for lunch. But I'm working the entire time. So you have to learn new lines, you have to block scenes, you have to direct, you have to, and now as the executive producer of the show, I have to do even more.
All that stuff.
So people think that it's, you know, it's glamorous and you're in People magazine and you're on Kelly and Mark, but truly it's all work.
Yeah, 1 hour is tough.
As an executive producer, let me ask you this. As an executive producer, do you often straddle the key light and just sort of sit there piggybacking it like Gelman does? He's our executive producer. He never seems particularly busy, so I'm just trying to figure out, are you busier
What does
than
he?
Gelman?
I'm a little busier than Gelman.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, can we meet Otis?
Of course, I would love. You want guys? Want to?
Yes. Oh my God, that's why I watch. Kelly can't be the only silly skinny bitch I've seen. The skinny blonde bitch.
Look at this. Otis is here.
Tell me this dog does not look like a person. Otis, why do you look like a person?
He's a good boy, let me tell you.
Wouldn't it be
He
amazing
doesn't look
if
like a person. You're just a fucking immature old woman trying to act like an 8-year-old. You're an immature, stupid, fucking annoying adult treating a fucking dog. It doesn't look like a person. I don't know what kind of fucking people you're hanging about. If anything, it looks like you're Bush. But that's not a person either. Start to fucking learn. It's a canine. It's an animal. Doesn't look like a person, okay? Now there's 2 blonde bitches on ABC Daytime.
Look at this. Otis is here.
Tell me this dog does not look like a person. Otis, why do you look like a person?
He's a good boy, let me tell you.
Wouldn't it be amazing if Otis answered me and said, because I am a person? Otis, you're the sweetest. Oh, my
Oh, man.
God. So nice.
He's the best.
Oh, well, thank you, Dylan. I'm going to get up now.
Yeah, FBI Most Wanted is on Tuesdays at 10 p.m. on CBS. Coming up next, we're going to open up the Love Inbox.
We're going to Vegas, baby. Back to where it all began. And you can come with us. Just visit our website and get your tickets for February 26th and 27th. This is your chance to see us live in Las Vegas. So hurry, get your tickets now. It's Vegas!
Is that Winona Judd or is that the Pioneer woman?
Only one is permanent.
Can we have a little atmosphere?
Did you just pump smoke?
A little atmosphere?
No, I have to know if I have some sort of macular
No.
degeneration or
They smoked
something.
it.
Okay, they smoked
It felt like a scene from Riverdale.
I missed the smoke, and suddenly I was like, I'm having a hard time seeing.
I know that smell.
Okay. All right, what do you got?
Let's see.
The Love Inbox.
Yes, Suzanne Brunette Burns from Ajax, Ontario, Canada. Hubby and I met in 1984 in a restaurant. We literally bumped into each other, started hanging out as friends, then we dated, got engaged, and got married in 1986. What attracted me to him was his eyes, his smiles, and that he had a wonderful sense of
And his big hairy dick.
engaged and got married in 1986. What attracted me to him was his eyes, his smiles,
his 3-pound testicles, and his big hairy dick. Tasted like vegetables. 38 years in
Sean
July.
Hagan from Petawawa, Ontario, Canada. My husband and I met when he moved in next door. Made for easy moving when we finally moved in together and got married. He proposed on Lover's Lane in PEI. As my favorite book is Anne of Green Gables. After watching your show for many years, we opted to elope in my grandparents' house after Christmas with my grandparents as our witnesses. We went to Vegas for our...
I'm sorry, I don't know what Green Gables is. The captions fucked it up as usual.
From Petawawa, Ontario, Canada. My husband and I met when he moved in next door. Made for easy moving when we finally moved in together and got married. He proposed on Lover's Lane in PEI. As my favorite book is Anne of Green Gables. After watching your show for many years, we opted to elope in my grandparents' house after Christmas with my grandparents as our witnesses. We went to Vegas for our honeymoon. Oh, yeah.
I like that story.
No.
Suzanne Parker from Moncton, New Brunswick, Canada.
No.
We met at a hockey game. I was a puck bunny.
What is that?
And he was playing for our home team town. I decided he was the one for me. After 45 years of marriage, 3 children, 4 grandchildren, we are more in love now than ever. We've been through a lot together, which has made our relationship even stronger.
Oh, isn't that sweet?
5 years of marriage, 3 children, 4 grandchildren. We are more in love now than ever. We've been through a lot together, which has made our relationship even stronger. Canada, we met at a hockey game. I was a puck bunny.
What is that?
And he was playing for our home team town. I decided he was the one for me. After 45 years of marriage,
I decided to murder him with a poison that I designed myself and hope to bring to the market with the pharmaceutical companies.
puck bunny.
Rick and Heather Tebbets.
A puck bunny has to be a fucking girl that goes out and gets pucks or delivers pucks or something to the coaches.
Playing for our home
Or the
team
referees.
town. I decided he was the one for me. After 45 years of marriage, 3 children, 4 grandchildren.
I decided to murder them all with a knife that I made out of a toothbrush after watching television shows.
Puck bunny.
Rick and Heather Tebbets from Tebbets, Missouri. We were literally...
3 children, 4 grandchildren. We are more in love now than ever. We've been through a lot together, which has made our relationship even stronger.
And I plan on killing them.
Puck bunny.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh, what are you doing here? Boo! Boo! Boo!
Relationship even stronger.
Boo!
I was a puck bunny.
What is that?
And he was playing for our home team town. I decided he was the one for me. After 45 years of marriage, 3 children, 4 grandchildren.
I decided to kidnap a group of Boy Scouts and bury them in our basement alive.
Even stronger. Puck bunny.
Rick and Heather Tebbets from Tebbets, Missouri. We were literally set up by both of our sets of grandparents. We were best friends and said we should. They were best friends and said we should date each other, but we had no interest in doing that. So eventually, we went out to dinner, and after that date, I thought, "What a gentleman! I think I could grow to love this guy." We got married in 1983 and just celebrated our 40th wedding.
Wow.
Grandparents, incredible.
Lori Parsons Vito from Quincy, Mass. said, I met my husband in the year 2000 on vacation in Honolulu. We've been married for 23 years. My husband is kind, caring, and loving. He's always willing to go above and beyond for anyone.
And I plan on murdering him in his sleep and having sex with his brother and murdering him too.
Carolyn and Greg Saunders from Arlington.
Years. My husband is kind, caring, and loving. He's always willing to go above and beyond for anyone. Everyone him can't help but like him. Proud to be Vet's wife. Aww. In the year 2000 on vacation in Honolulu. We've been married for 23 years. My husband is kind, caring, and loving.
But unfortunately, I've fallen in love with his father, who is much better at performing cummalingus. So I decided to murder my husband.
That's beautiful.
Carolyn and Greg Saunders from Arlington, Texas said in 1992, my now husband proposed to me by sending me flowers and a card with a poem in it. It was the anniversary of the day we met, which was St. Patrick's Day. I always tell everyone that I have my proposal in writing. This March 17th will be 40 years since.
And I plan on murdering him with a knife.
Melanie Pye from Orilla.
Melanie Pie. Y'all eat your Melanie.
Vet's wife. Aww. That's beautiful.
Carolyn and Greg Saunders from Arlington, Texas said in 1992, my now husband proposed to me by sending me flowers and a card with a poem in it. It was the anniversary of the day we met, which was St. Patrick's Day.
Unfortunately, 3 days later, he died mysteriously by suicide. And although I had blood in my hands, I was acquitted of all charges.
Melanie Pye from Orilla, Ontario. Tradition says to freeze the top of your wedding cake and eat it on your first anniversary. A few months after we were married, I found an empty cardboard box with a fork and icing smeared all over. I asked my husband what it was. He said he found it in the freezer and he'd been eating cake for weeks. Like he won the cake jackpot. Clearly, he didn't know anything about the tradition. We celebrated our 15th anniversary last year.
That's really funny.
And unfortunately, we will not be finished having our 16th anniversary because after he ate the cake, I kicked him out of the house and proceeded to have a relationship with our neighbor dog, who's got a great big belly and is a vegan that doesn't eat sugar. Kind of abusive.
And cake for weeks.
He's kind of abusive, but at least he doesn't eat my cake. At least not the one I want him to eat.
Like he won the cake jackpot. Clearly, he didn't know anything about the tradition. We celebrated our 15th anniversary last year.
That's really funny. He was just like eating cake. No, like silently eating cake in the darkness.
So happy.
Joni Lee said, we met at church during our wedding ceremony.
He's like, what the hell is this? Did our neighbor bake a cake and she didn't tell me? Boy, I tell you, Jesse's always making some cakes. This is delicious. I'll just buy another one.
Slapped my face. He slapped my face straight on.
And called me sugar tits. And then decided to smack my ass and call me ass face. He's so romantic, but he passed away last week. From me, strangling him.
Eating cake. Not like silently eating cake in the darkness.
So happy.
Joni Lee said, we met at church during our wedding ceremony. He slapped my face. He slapped my face straight on. My veil was on fire from lighting the unity candle. I was like, what was that? He said, look, your veil was on fire. I admire his sense of humor. He admires my fairness. All is fair in love and war. On February 12th, we will be married 41 fun years. That sounds like a lot of war.
Like War of the Roses.
And a little bit of love, but it's enough to get to 41 years.
It's a fine line. All right, we'll be right back.
If you would like to know more about anything you see on Live, log on to our website at livewithkellyandmark.com.
Don't perform cummalingus while you're smoking a cigarette. Come on, motherfucker. Not you. Yeah, you people. The redhead. Or fucking Bonnie Raitt.
Rick and Heather Tebbets from Tebbets, Missouri. We were literally set up by both of our sets of grandparents. We were best friends and said we should. They were best friends and said we should date each other, but we had no interest in doing that. So eventually, we went out to dinner, and after that date, I thought, "What a gentleman! I think I could grow to love this guy."
But instead, I just blew him, and I had sex with his twin brother. Here's me and his twin brother celebrating 30 years.
Incredible.
Lori Parsons Bino from Quincy, Mass. said, I met my husband.
It starts with
LeBlog James.
Lovely, yeah.
Don't fuck the girl.
Cunol, the brand I trust.
Mark just remarked about how much he loves
Lovely, yeah.
Darren Chris is on tomorrow's show.
Right. And Numi Rapace is on the show.
And Love Week concludes. It concludes
Aw.
with more from the Love Inbox.
That's right.
All good things must come to an end. See you tomorrow, everybody. Bye.
The View starts live right now.
Let's go.
Putin on the Blitz. After a sit-down with Tucker Carlson, the Russian president continues his public media blitz, claiming he wants Biden in power instead of Trump, as Congress reportedly goes on red alert over Russia's alleged plan to put nukes in space.
I think we got to be concerned about the tyrants of the world being on the march.
I'm not at liberty to disclose.
I don't think you can call Asians that word anymore, Miss Narrator for the View. Whoever wrote that, you're in trouble.
Congress reportedly goes on red alert over Russia's alleged plan to put nukes in space.
I think we got to be concerned about the tyrants of the world being on the march.
I'm not at liberty to disclose classified information and really can't say much more.
Is Putin playing mind games with American voters to mess with the 2024 election?
Yes, he is. All right, that's the end of season 2, episode 115 from February 15th. It's Love Week. Thank you.
Yeah. They will ask you questions though that I'm like, I don't know.
Thank you to Otis the dog. We love you very much. Make sure to like this video and subscribe, and check out all the past videos, future ones. Give them all likes, subscribe, and let's form this community of people that just love Kelly and Mark so much we have to watch them all in bulk while we walk around in our boxer shorts and eat ice cream with our bare hands that haven't been washed after performing Love on Ourselves Day. Loving on ourselves. I decided to murder my husband and love myself. This is all acting. God bless you. And I'll see you for St. Patrick's Day when I'm shit-faced talking like an Irishman, slaughtering Irish terriers and drinking Guinness out of their dead stomachs that I've boiled like haggis. I'll see you later. I am fill in the blank. And you are my property. Now go mow my lawn, bitch. And make me a bike, clown. Love you.